Hello everyone, welcome you all to this new video. So till now we have discussed around four videos from module 2, that is the concept related to design of combinational circuits. In that, from the beginning I have told you, I have discussed with the concepts of half adder, full adder, half subtractor, full subtractor, and we have seen the various truth tables of these four logic circuits, and along with that we have seen the relations between sum, carry and difference borrow of these four circuits. Okay, so with respect to that, in the further videos we have discussed with the 4-bit ripple carry adders and subtractors. For there also how the full adder blocks are used and how the carries are getting implemented in each stage, everything we have discussed. So after that, we have, in the previous video I discussed with one important concept related to 4-bit carry look ahead adder. Okay, so which consists of generator and propagator terms, and based on that you should be calculating the next stage carry, and how it is calculated and how the carry expressions are generated. Everything I've told you in that video. Okay, so those who have not seen it, please go and watch it. In today's video we are going to be continuing with the second part of this module, that is related to comparators, encoders, decoders and multiplexers. Okay, in this video I'm going to be discussing with only the comparator part, and in the upcoming videos I'll discuss with some of the important encoder and decoder circuits and the multiplexers. Okay, so in today's video, we are mainly focusing on 1-bit comparator and 2-bit magnitude comparator. Okay, what do you mean by that and how the operation is taking place? Everything I'll tell you. You need to be listening to this video. Okay, so like this video, guys, subscribe to our channel. So let us see what you mean by comparators now. A comparator is a combinational circuit that gives output in terms of three conditions. Okay, these are the three conditions under comparator which you need to be knowing. Okay, based on these three conditions only the output would be given. That is one, A greater than B, A less than B, and A equal to B. Okay, where A and B are the relational bits which are taking place in the 1-bit comparator. Okay, so this is entirely expected from the name. A digital comparator's purpose is to compare numbers and represent their relationship with each other. Okay, so this is the basic operation which is taking place under this comparator. So the below figure shows the 1-bit comparator with 5 inputs and 3 outputs. Okay, so it has 5 inputs and 3 outputs, which are the present stage and next stage output. You see here, this is the block diagram of a 1-bit comparator. Okay, it consists of 5 inputs and 3 outputs. So the 5 inputs are like this, it is given. You see here, this is A I, B I, Gi, Ei, Li. These are the 5 inputs generated through this comparator, and the outputs are G of I plus 1, E of I plus 1, and L of I plus 1. Okay, so these are the outputs generated, that those are also called as next stage outputs. Okay, so these are the inputs and outputs which are taken through this block diagram for a 1-bit comparator. Please note it down. Now this below figure shows the brief relationship for the organization of the 1-bit comparator, how it works. Okay, you see here, firstly you need to be considering a 32-bit values, because we are having five inputs, right? So 2 to the power 5 is 32, so 32 combinations you need to be representing here. So here they have mentioned it here. You see here, starting from 00000 up to 11111, totally there are 32 combinations, and with respect to that the outputs would be generated at this stage here. Okay, the outputs, how you should be generating is, because we are doing a 1-bit comparator, right? You need to be checking for these three conditions. Okay, if these three are satisfied, then only you should be writing the outputs. So you see here, in the first stage all 5 inputs are 0, so dash dash dash, it indicates that there is no output generated here, because there is no 1 bit as high, and in order to be getting the valid output there should be at least one high input. Okay, only one. If you are having more than one high inputs, then that is invalid. Okay, so with respect to that only you should be writing the outputs here. You see here, for the first combination it was not possible because there is no one at all, so this is invalid. But for the second case, 00001, the outputs are 001. Why? Because these are the three inputs taken, and here only 1 bit is high. Okay, whenever there are only 1 bit high, that output would be valid. Okay, you see here 001, this is one high bit, and that should be considered as output. Okay, same goes with the next combination also, 010, only 1 bit is high, so that's why this output is valid. For the next combination 00011, 2 bits are high, so that's why it is invalid, because it is strictly a 1-bit comparator, so that's why only 1 bit should be high. Okay, so similarly here you see here 00100, so here also only 1 bit is high, so therefore the output would be 100. Similarly, 00101 2 bits are high, so invalid. 2 bits, 3 bits. So here 1 bit is high, so that's why the output is 01000. Here also it is invalid. Why? Because you see this one is high, but it is for the input B, right? The outputs are three outputs. Why? Because the outputs are with respect to G, E, and L, but the high value are for B, right? So that's why you need to be considering only the last three values, that is G, E, L. In this, only if any one of the input is high, then that output would be valid. Okay. Here also the same thing. Like this, you need to be doing the comparison and writing the outputs down only for one bit. So hope this is clear about one bit comparator, how the relationships are maintained and how the outputs are getting generated. Okay. So if you want to please note this table down, and in case if they ask about one bit comparator, this block diagram with some random inputs and outputs and the organization with respect to the number of combinations and outputs generated, you need to be writing it. Okay. So this is not necessary that you should be taking any like three only bits as output. You could be taking any number of bits. That is, if there are five inputs, you could be taking five outputs also. It is well and good, but as the condition suggests, you see here since the outputs are only G, E, and L, so that's why you need to be only seeing the values of inputs from G, E, L. From there only, if any one bit is high, that output is valid, and for all the other conditions, the output is invalid. Okay, if there are two bits high, then also it is invalid. So this is clear with respect to one bit comparator. So please note it down. So this is the logic block diagram. Wherever the outputs are generated with respect to that, this block is drawn here. Okay, for five inputs A, B, G, E, L, N, and with respect to all the uh, gates here used, they have drawn the logical diagram here. Okay, so thus they have compared the outputs where in which combination they are generated. With respect to that only, they have drawn this logic circuit diagram. Okay, it's very easy. I've told you how to be doing this in my previous video, so just do it and build this logic circuit diagram. They won't ask it, but still for your reference they have given it. Okay, so this is comparing two binary numbers A and B, one bit comparator network, cascade connection of one bit comparators. Okay, so this is for two binary numbers comparison. Okay, so for that you need to be drawing at different stages here, one bit comparators, if they are having two binary numbers at the same stage. Okay, for that this cascaded network is drawn like this. So please note it down. Now let's get to some binary comparators under magnitude part. So that is called as magnitude comparator. Let us see what you mean by that. A magnitude comparator is a combinational circuit that compares two digital or binary numbers in order to find out whether one binary number is equal to, less than, or greater than the other binary number. Okay. To design the logical circuit for comparator, it requires two inputs, one for A and other for B, and the three outputs, that is one for A greater than B, one for A equal to B, and one for A less than B. Okay, like this the magnitude comparators are done. You need to be having three outputs here. Okay, one is for greater, equal to, and less than condition for the inputs A and B. Okay, so this is the one bit magnitude comparator part. So let us see now what is this. A comparator used to compare two bits is called a single bit comparator. It consists of two inputs for two single bit numbers and outputs generated less than, equal to, and greater than between two binary numbers as shown in the below figure. Okay, I've told you already, for a one bit magnitude comparator, the two inputs they have taken it here are A and B, and the three conditions are A greater than B, A less than B, A equal to B. Okay, so this is the basic block diagram of a one bit magnitude comparator. Okay, don't get confused between one bit comparator and magnitude comparator. Okay, in magnitude comparator, these are the three strict conditions which you need to be following. Okay, so the truth table of a one bit comparator is given here. So you see here, first inputs A and B, since there are two inputs, so the total combinations are four, and the outputs are A equal to B, A greater than B, and A less than B. So you see here, in the first case 0 0, so these two are equal, so that's why the output would be high. A greater than B, so since A is not greater than B, because these two are equal, right? So that's why these two conditions are 0 0. Okay, similarly A equal to B for the next combination is 0, because 0 is not equal to 1, and next case A greater than B, 0 is greater than 1, no, 0 is less than 1, so that's why A less than B should be 1 and this should be 0. Okay, similarly for 1 0, this is 0, A greater than B, yes it is true, because 1 is greater than 0 and 1 is less than 0 is false, so it is 0. And finally A equal to B for 1 1, it is the output is high because 1 is equal to 1, 1 greater than 1 and less than 1 is 0. Okay, like this the truth table is drawn for a 1 bit magnitude comparator which consists of two inputs. Okay, you could be taking n number of inputs and writing the outputs based on the combinations generated. Okay, yeah, so this is clear, right? This is very easy. So now to design the logic for 1 bit comparator, you need to be finding the boolean equation for these three outputs. Okay, so the equation for each output are given by a equal to b, a dash that is equal to a dash b dash plus ab, that is a XNOR of b. Okay, so this is for a equal to b. Why? Because you see here this whatever the output generated follows the XNOR table, right? XNOR truth table. So that's why a XNOR of b is the output for the first condition, and for the second condition a greater than b, it follows a b bar. Why? Because it is high at the combination of 1 0, and we know that when it is 1 you should be representing it as a only, and when it is 0 you should be taking the complement of the variable, so b bar. Okay, so that's why here for this condition the expression is a b bar, and for a less than b the expression is a bar b. Okay, so with respect to these three conditions you could be drawing the resulting logic diagram for these three conditions here. Okay, so first is a XNOR of b. So a, from input a and b you should be taking the XNOR gate and you should be drawing for the first condition, and for the second condition a greater than b, the answer is a b bar. So that's why you should be taking from one from a and another one from b bar, and writing this a greater than b condition logic diagram, and for a bar b also the same thing. Okay, so hope this is clear, the logic diagram of a 1 bit comparator. So this is all about 1 bit comparator. Now we are having one more important comparator, that is 2 bit magnitude comparator. Okay, so for this also, here instead of single bit operation we are doing the operations for two binary numbers. Okay, so let us see how this is written. 2 bit magnitude comparator. A 2 bit magnitude comparator is used to compare two binary numbers. Each input is of 2 bits. Okay, here each input is of 2 bits. In the previous case each input is of only 1 bit. Here in this case the inputs are of 2 bits. It consists of two inputs and three outputs to generate less than, equal to, and greater than between two binary numbers. Okay. For comparator, these conditions are fixed here. That is, these three are fixed conditions: a greater than b, a equal to b, a less than b. And here the inputs they have taken it as a naught, a1. So this is combination for a. Okay. And b naught, b1. This is the combination for b. Totally, there are two inputs where each input is having 2 bits. Okay. So that's why it is called as 2 bit comparator. This is the block diagram and the truth table generated with respect to the 2 bit magnitude comparator. Okay, so you see here totally there are two inputs a and b, and for a it is a1 a naught, and b it is b1 b naught. Totally there are 4 bits, right? So that's why since there are 4 bits, the number of combinations are 2 to the power 4, that is 16, right? So starting from 0000 up to 1111. Okay, up to 1111. So with respect to that, do the following operations here. First, for a equal to b, that is, you check whether all the numbers are equal. So it is equal. A greater than b and less than b, it is 00. Okay. Next is, you see here a equal to b. Here in this case a is not equal to b because 00 is not equal to 01. You should be comparing two bits at a time. Why? Because the inputs are of 2 bits, right? So that's why here these 2 bits are not equal. 00 is not equal to 01. So that's why it is 0, and a greater than b. 00 is greater than 01. No, 01 is greater than 00, right? So that's why this is 0 and this is 1. Similarly, for all those combinations, you do the comparison. Okay, 2 bit comparison you need to be doing. Keep it in mind because it is a 2 bit magnitude comparator. Okay, like this for all the combinations, you do the comparison and write the truth table in this format. Okay, I will not tell each and every combination because it would be the video would be lengthy. Okay, so hope you understood how to analyze it and draw the truth table. Just pause the video and note it down if you want. Okay, now the same thing, the boolean expressions with respect to the outputs generated. So now to design the logic for 2 bit comparator, find the boolean equation for the three outputs generated. The three equations for each output are: first is for a equal to b, that is, you should be doing the summation of wherever the inputs are high, that is 0, 5, 10, and 15. That is, first is here it is high in the 0th position, then in the 5th position. Okay, the value of in 0101, so that is 5, right? And then next is in the 10th position, and next is in the 15th position. Okay, similarly for A greater than B, it is 4, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. See here, 4, 8, 9, 12, 13, and 14. Similarly for A less than B, it is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 11. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11. So like this the expressions are written. Now with respect to these expressions formed, you need to be putting this in the k map and getting the logic terms here. That is, you see here what I have done for the first A equal to B condition. Wherever the min terms are I, at that positions you need to be drawing the four variable k map. I've already told you how to draw the k maps and all. I've done a lot of problems in the module 1 itself. So those who have not seen that, go and watch it in detail. I've told you how to be drawing the k maps here. Okay, so with respect to these three terms, they have put it in this k map here in the 0th position, 5th position, 10th position, and 15th position, and they have drawn this k map. And ones are like this diagonally kept here, so it cannot be formed as groups. So all of these four would be individual groups here in case of A equal to B. And for A greater than B, these are the groups formed here. This is one is the group of four and two groups of two. Okay, and for A less than B, one group of four and one group of two here and one group of two here. So like this, for the k maps are drawn for this, and equations for these three are written it in this form here. Okay, for A equal to B, it is a1 dash a naught dash b1 dash b naught dash plus a1 dash a naught plus b1 dash b naught plus a1 a naught b1 b naught plus a1 a naught dash b1 b naught dash. Okay, similarly for A greater than B, it is a1 b1 dash plus a naught b1 dash b naught dash plus a1 a naught b naught dash. For A less than B, it is a1 dash b1 plus a1 dash a naught dash b naught plus a naught dash b1 into b naught. Okay, so I've already told, I'll not explain the k-map procedure again. It would be the video would be very lengthy. So I've already solved some of the problems in module 1. I've told you how to be constructing the k-map. Refer that, and then you could be easily understanding these k-maps here. Okay, and like this the equations are written for a 2-bit comparator. So yeah, these were all about the comparators, guys. I've discussed in this video basics of comparator, 1-bit and 2-bit magnitude comparators. Okay, hope this video is useful to you guys. In the next video, we will be discussing with the decoders and encoders. Okay, so thank you for listening till here, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.